you decided to join me in the liberation of mutant kind. Today begins a new world for all of us. A world where we needn't hide in corners and crawl in fear.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of AGR's Pop Culture Reviews. And just like the man said, today begins the liberation of all mutant kind. Well, not really, but we do get to review a really kick-ass statue. As you already know, I'm a really big fan of the Kotobukiya Bashoujo line. Today we're going to be taking a look at something different. Thankfully, and in large part due to the success of the Bashoujo line, Kotobukiya has decided to expand in the Marvel Universe. And personally, as one of my favorite villains, I'm so happy to own the master of magnetism himself. So today, we're going to be taking a look at Marvel Now's ArtFX Plus Kotobukiya statue of Magneto. But before we begin, I just want to give a special shout out to past, present, and future comics for sending this wonderful piece over for review. Alright, so now let's take a closer look. The head sculpt on this version of Magneto is magnificent. The sculpt of his helmet in particular is really great, very reminiscent of the classic Magneto style. His gaze and his stare is truly menacing. What I really love about Magneto's piercing eyes is that they're clouded over. It's exactly what we would see in the comics or the animated series when he's just about to use his powers. Really great touch. Flesh tones and the shading were done really well, particularly in the corner of his eyes where you see the wrinkles. My only real complaint about the head sculpt is definitely in the lips. They applied a little too much paint and it looks like he's wearing lipstick, which makes him look a little more feminine. The stance of this statue is absolutely awesome. This is the way I've always wanted to see Magneto. The effect here is really great. It makes him look heroic and extremely powerful at the same time. I love that they went with the decision to make this statue sleeveless. The sculpt of his arm is truly something special. The paint and the shading is immaculate and really serves to complement the sculpt and the incredible musculature. This attention to detail is carried over to Magneto's other arm. They really showcase the incredible musculature of the deltoid, the bicep, and the tricep, and I'm absolutely astounded that they were able to get this much detail in this scale. This is truly amazing. Magneto's gauntlets also look very impressive. His gloves are finished in a semi-gloss black, and recreates the look of leather very well. And the rim of his gauntlet is finished in a metal dry brush. Really nice touch. Now, without a doubt, one of the reasons that I really wanted to own this statue is because of Magneto's costume. I've never really seen him in this black on gray style, and it looks really great. The sculpt of his costume is really impressive. Where you really notice it is along the gray straps. They fold over his abdomen and his pectoral muscles. The attention to detail here is also equally impressive, as we see that they sculpted in every individual seam line. What really makes this statue stand out for me is definitely in his belt. I really love the black on gray, and I love the sculpt of each individual pouch, particularly in their silver buttons. And what really makes it pop is the great contrast between the silver belt buckle and the red X-Men insignia. Amazing touch. Magneto's boots also have a really amazing sculpt. Very similar to his gloves, they've been finished in a semi-gloss black. I also really like the subtle accents. Those gray chevron straps really give the boots a nice touch. Now, as I mentioned before, every statue has one component that really puts it over the top for you and makes it a must-own. And it's easily Magneto's cape. This is an absolutely amazing sculpt, very dynamic, and really simulates flowing in the wind very well. Now, what makes this statue so unique is because no matter how you position it, no matter what angle you choose to pose your figure, it's gonna look absolutely amazing, and it's due in large part because the diamondism of that cape. There's also another aspect that makes this cape very unique. It appears that when they painted the cape, they also added little flecks of silver. That means when the light catches it just the right way, it actually glimmers, and that's a really nice touch. Now, you all know how I am with bases, and every ArtFX Plus statue comes with a very simple base, but don't be fooled. These are some great bases, and one of the reasons is they're completely magnetic. Underneath each of Magneto's feet is a small magnet, which makes it adhere to the base very well. The reason that these bases are truly special is that Kotobukiya is going to be continuing their line of ArtFX Plus statues. Because all the bases are magnetized, you can really get a nice group shot of all your characters, as they'll all individually fit on all the bases. Ultimately, this is a magnificent statue, and I really like what Kotobukiya is doing with their ArtFX Plus line. And I'm really eager to get the rest of the statues so that I can display them in a group shot, after I review them of course. Alright everybody, so that's my official review on Marvel Now's Kotobukiya ArtFX Plus statue of Magneto. As always, I thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next AGR's Pop Culture Reviews.